Hello everyone, it's an early morning. The sun is just rising off to the east and we are going to be heading across Great Lake Okeechobee. The Clewiston Lock just ahead of us is open. It has been open the whole time. Water level is about equal, so they don't need to close it. And we're just going to have a great day. We waited for this day. Yesterday was a little windy and we also needed a break, so we're going to head, and we have a destination that is really unknown at this point. A couple marinas possibly, but one has not called us back, so we're not hopeful, but we'll see what happens. If not, we're going to throw the hook somewhere when we get tired and enjoy the evening. So let's go.
We're leaving Roland Martin in Clewiston, Florida. What a great place to stay. If you happen to do the Okeechobee route, this is the way to go. This is the place to stop. They have a tiki bar right up there, that green covered structure, and they have music there a lot. We did, in this lagoon back here, we saw a few manatee, and we saw a gator sneaking around. Saw an iguana on the bank. A lot of wildlife over here, which was exactly what I wanted to see whenever we came this way. As Sam mentioned, this lock is open. The lake, it's about 2 feet down, so there's no reason to have a lock because the water is level. Sam, do you have AIS on? We can see if anything's coming. We certainly do not want to meet any boats when we're coming through here because it's a tiny lock. So Sam with his AIS, hopefully other big boats have AIS, and give some kind of shout out if they're planning to go through here. Otherwise, we'll just sneak out. There's a fishing boat right here on the, okay. You're all clear going through. Sam heard a pon on the radio, and so that's what he was listening for, the details of that, but nothing in through here. Now I guess you could do a security call if it's busy. It's pretty early in the morning, about 7. Well, it's us and the fishermen that are awake right now. So I guess you could do a security call to come through because you really can't see. Are we going straight? Okay. Whew, what a beautiful morning. Nothing's coming either way. You got some debris and a fish. Yep, nothing coming from that way. Rim, oh, okay. If you choose to do the rim route, you're going to come out of Roland Martin and go right. But straight ahead, we're going to Lake Okeechobee. Route 1. I don't like getting up early, but I love seeing the world at this time of day. It's so peaceful. But now I gotta go get the fenders off. Ooh, got the nice bright blinding sun in our face here, but we are getting ready to finish up this part of the channel and then get out there to the big Okeechobee Lake. You got quite the operation going on up here.
Yeah, I've got a cross check going on here of visual, which is our primary. I have the autopilot on and heading hold function, and I'm just making 1 or 2 degree corrections. I don't want to tie it to it because I want to stay in the game here. So visual.
Florida. Florida. Right. 1941, coordination vertical time, 1541 local. Coast Guard received a report of an unregistered person located beach on off near Delray Beach, near position 26.
Alright, so that's not anywhere near us. Pond. So what we're doing is we're staying between the red and the green. And a lot of the notes say favor the green. So I'm looking visually, making a correction, looking at my depth, looking at a couple different routes. One route that was given to me from a defeaver that came across. I've got that on Aquamaps. I got another route on there and it's superimposed. So I'm doing a lot of cross-checking here. And making notes, mental notes, because a lot of these obstruction markers that are out there, notes that people have, are kind of stale. So when we get to where we're going, we'll update those. Really haven't seen anything than less than about 9.5 feet of water out here. So, you know, it says that the navigational depth for today is like 7.65 as an average. And that's based on the lake level. So you can go on the Jacksonville Army Corps of Engineers and drill down to the Okeechobee area. It'll tell you what the lake level is, and then for Route 1, which is what we're on, what is that navigational depth. As Rev told you as we came out of the Clewiston Lock, you can go Route 2, and that takes you along the rim, and I wouldn't really want to attempt that unless I had a boat that was 3.5 feet in draft, and they say that that route is a little bit more picturesque. As you can see out here, there's not much to look at. I don't know that we'll ever lose sight of land because I can see some land over there, whether that's an island, I don't know. So it's a matter of just kind of keeping your cross-check going with primarily using the day boards out there as your main way of navigation, and then cross-checking your electronic instruments. I did give a call to Towboat US to see if there was anything, had a chat, actually got to meet the owner of the Towboat US operations. I think he has 2 or 3 different sites, and then I called Towboat and got hold of a captain, had a nice chat with him about where were some of the rough spots, people running aground, and it's mostly, you know, inattention, or in the case of somebody losing a rudder, you know, you can't steer. So trying to get that local knowledge is important if you can do that. And they're more than happy to talk to you out there. Very friendly folks, very helpful folks. So anyway, we're just going to keep on keeping on here and trying to keep it between the sticks.
Well, the sun has been in our eyes the whole time, and it's tricky going through here because the lake's down and Sam is having to watch every single second.
Yeah. And the navigation, once you get out in the center here, the navigational aids are very far apart, so it's very difficult to see, so you have to rely on your chart plotter. Never really saw, we saw 6.7 on our depth sounder, which meant 8.7 as far as feet of water, which is close to what they say for navigational depth. 7.7, 7.6 is what they're calling it on today's forecast. So, you know, we're about ready to make a 90-degree turn to port here, and once we do that, we'll head on that for a while, and then we'll be heading into the Port Mayaca Lock, and whether that's open or closed, we don't know, but we'll give them a call after we're established on course here. So.
And I can't remember who told me that there's a time you can't see land, but I've been able to see land over here on this side the whole time. So yeah, maybe it was foggy.
You can see the rim route, I guess, the whole way around. I mean, that's the way you come around over there onto the starboard side.
So crossing Lake Okeechobee. This is one choice. You can either cross the lake or you can go down around the Keys.
first loop we did the Keys, and that was fun. We wanted to experience this, and I wouldn't cross it much lower than this lake level in this boat. You know, if you have an airboat, you're good. Well, we're well across the Okeechobee, and it did get a little dicey there for a while. We also had a little bit of an electronic spike on the autopilot, and I don't know what that was, but she's working good now. We're in 11.5 feet of water, showing 9.5 feet under the sensor. Looking forward to getting in there. I don't really, at this section here, don't have any navigational aids, but you know, people who say, oh, you won't be able to see land, I suppose on a day if the visibility was only 3 miles, you might not see land, but we have been able to see the shore the whole way. Looks like the visibility is greater than 20 miles, so because we can see forever. Nice calm day out here. We picked a good day to come across, and we are going to be getting ready for the Port Mayaca Lock. We'll take a look at the notes for the Port Mayaca Lock. All right, and so there is a boat that left behind us there. Go ahead, Prima Donna. This here's to us.
Morning, Sam. We're coming up on you at Port 3rd. I can give you a wide pass or slow down, whatever you like.
Yeah, I'll slow down. Which side do you want to take me on?
He said Fort.
Okay. Okay?
On the 2?
On the 2.
All right, on the 2. We'll see you there. I'm going to pull it back. All right, so Prima Donna, which is a Meridian 411, coming up on us, and we'll slow her down and allow him to pass us. The art of a slow pass is, if you want a slow pass, you need to be slow. So we'll slow it down and allow him to do that, and we'll just kind of come, since he's going on the 2, which is over there. He's going to come on our 2. We'll kind of go off to the right here, signal him that, hey, we know he's going that way. We'll do about 5 degrees right, and then we'll come back to course and parallel course, and that way give him a little bit of extra room, and he knows. We're back at about 800 RPM, and we'll just let him pass because we're not in a big hurry to go anywhere. There he goes, ready in 411. Prima Donna.
We are approaching the Port Mayaca Lock. We crossed the Okeechobee. There was a sign back there. Can't really see it from here. Right between the first red and green, there is a sign out there that says arrival point. So the lockmaster said, let him know when we got to the arrival point marker. Sam did that, and so he said wait for the green light. I don't know if you can see from here, it's a red flashing light. He said when we get the green light to just go right on through. This is my favorite kind of lock where you don't have to do anything but move through it. So I'm very excited about this Port Mayaca Lock. I don't see a wake. Where? Off the bow. Did the lockmaster tell you that? Yeah. Okay. So the lockmaster just told Sam there's a manatee up here off the bow. Do you see the water doing weird things? Did we pass it? Oh, right here. Okay, yeah. So there's a manatee up here. We want to be real careful. You see, Sam, the water in a circle there? Oh, little friend. Well, I don't see anything, Sam. Maybe it's gone deep. water. We're in the lock anyway. Okay, go back to see if I can see them back there. Usually the water is makes a little circle where the manatees are right there under the surface. I don't see it any back here, Sam. Like in the front. They're slow, so it's not like they're gonna outrun us. Yeah, I think I do see some circles happening back there now. Yeah, they're way back there, way back. Yeah. Yeah, you see his little snout coming up. So yeah, big fan of Port Mayaca Lock. He's closing the gate in the back. We just got through the Port Mayaca Lock, and now when we were coming out of the lock, we could see a train going by, and I was asking Sam if that's a railroad bridge, because he told me about one earlier that we might have to contend with. And so yeah, the train went past, and then now that guillotine looking structure is lifting up the center of the railroad tracks. So it's so interesting how that works.
Yeah, I'm sure that the lockmaster gave them a heads up, but
you think so?
I don't, yeah. When the train, I saw the end of the train going by, so I figured, well, we're not going to have to wait too much.
Yeah.
But that worked out good.
Okay, I'm going to go outside and get a better look.
Okay.
You see those two heavy weights, one on each side? Ooh, I don't know if I want to be out here. What do you think? There's a red flashing light. Does that mean something? Try to call them on the radio. Look, it looks like a heavy containers on each side lifting that up. I can't really tell. It's pretty close to the top. Fascinating. Well, this is the scenery since we left the lock and the railroad bridge, and it has just been beautiful. The flags are going nuts and the wind is picked up, but overall just a very peaceful scenic route. Well, this is an unusual bridge just because there's an obstruction we could see from way back, but now getting closer to it, it looks like a railroad bridge, swing action, but is it still working? Well, it's open. There is a green light down there, so maybe it still is green lights on this end. Maybe it's still in operation.
Yeah, oh, it is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you see the railroad tracks, or the gates up there, lights. But this is, you know, you got to know what you're doing to get through here, huh, Sam?
Yeah. So this should be the last obstacle until we get to that one in Stuart, the old Roosevelt Bridge, as well as the railroad, two bridges to get to, and then we'll think about where we're going to spend the night. So it's been a beautiful day, and I just felt like, hey, let's keep on going.
Just keep on going.
Yeah. We just passed Indian Town Marina back there, and They're full, and it looks like it's pretty crowded to get in there, and it would be a short day, so we're heading on. As long as we can get through the St. Lucie Lock, then we're going to start worrying about tides. So we're starting to look at tides and figuring out what that is. The tidal range in the area we're going to be at, I looked at it, it's like plus or minus, 8 inches, so not a big deal. But we will be aware of them for flow, particularly if we're going to anchor. So we'll want to take a look at that as the current comes in and out. Well, we are at our last lock for a long time. I think the only other lock we have to go through is the Atlantic Yacht Basin, and that won't be for another 1,000 miles or so. So I know Rev is going to enjoy this, and this St. Lucie Lock is the one that they were repaired. This is the one that we were waiting for.
Alright, Sam, I'm out here on the starboard side. This is St. Lucie Lock, and it's the one that has been closed for repair. It's opened up now. There is a boat in front of us. Lockmaster wants boats coming in this side to park on the dock, attached to the starboard side. And he told the boat that's coming the opposite way that he wants him on the port side, so just like a highway. And that's the St. Lucie Lock, last lock for a long time.
All right, coming up on the old Roosevelt Bridge here in about 10 minutes. We have pulled our power back to just make it on time, and I can see the bridge. So we're going to call the bridge operator and see if it's good for a bottom of the hour opening, which will be in 9 minutes. And ensure that there's no train going across the other side, so we'll get through there, and then we're going to figure out where we're going to bed down for the night. So here we go. Old Roosevelt Bridge, motor vessel, here's to us.
Roosevelt Bridge.
Yes, ma'am, this is the here's to us 50-foot Carver, looking for the bottom of the hour lift, and can you confirm there's no train going, is that right?
That's correct right now.
Okay, great. Well, we'll hope we make it there in 9 minutes and look for the lift. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is the old Roosevelt Bridge. Is it considered, oh, do you see Stuart there on the side? Oh, Sammy, that sailboat's coming through. Do you see it?
Down vessel, here's to us, going through the old Roosevelt Bridge.
So sorry about that, guys. We didn't see you around the corner.
There's a fishing boat behind them. It looks clear after the fishing boat. How's your depth?
Fine.
Okay. You're looking good. He slowed down.
Old Roosevelt, thank you from the here's to us.
welcome, Captain.
Well, it's been a long day, about 8 hours. We started out at Clewiston, Florida. We're still in Florida, but we are now at the Hoggs anchorage here, and it's about mile 5 on the Okeechobee waterway. So we'll be joining the intracoastal waterway tomorrow when we decide where we're going to go. We're at Hoggs anchorage, and it's been a trying day getting across the Okeechobee, kind of uncharted waters for us, and a lot of notes that were kind of outdated, so we're going to try to update some of those notes. One lock that we kind of sailed through, the Port Mayaca Lock, with a manatee, and then the St. Lucie Lock, which we really didn't have to wait more than about 10 minutes for, and a ride down probably about 12 feet or so. The next challenging things were some skinny areas, but the final thing was the bridge, timing the bridge, which we did, and you saw the drama there with the sailboat. So we are now anchored, and we are going to take it easy and plan for the next day. We'll see you next time on What Yacht to Do.